Hello, welcome back to Up the Villa opposition preview big game quarterfinal of the Champions League. So if you are new, make sure you are subscribing. Let's have a light target of 1,000 and comment your thoughts on everything that me and Stuart discussed. The Parisian Londoner is with us. How you doing, mate?
I'm good, Luke. I'm good. Thanks for having me, mate. Pleasure.
Yeah, pleasure to be talking to you ahead of a huge game. So we'll pick your brains on everything PSG then. So just talk to us about the history of PSG.
That's a very good point because people think we don't have history, like we're a plastic club with plastic fans and stuff like that. Uh, Comparing to most of the English clubs, we are babies because we were created in 1970, which is obviously very young. I live in West London. My local club in West London is QPR, and I think they were created in 1881. So it tells you a lot. So at the scale of the our age, I'd probably say we achieved a lot. Before oil money, before Qatar, before the Qatar owners, we won quite a lot of significant trophies, mainly obviously the French Cup, but we won a European Cup in 1996 as well. The history of our fans is a bit of a complicated one, but we have great fans. I'm sure you know the atmosphere we put on, and when we go on an away game, we shut down most of the stadiums, such as Anfield, the Emirates, and next probably Villa Park. We have obviously roots that are deeply linked to the city of Paris, but also the outskirts of Paris, the suburbs of Paris. So the Paris region is quite big. The city of Paris is very small, but the Paris region is quite big. Football wise, we have a talent pool that is bigger than Brazil. We're producing more professional footballers in the world than Brazil. I think it's worth reminding everyone here that the not necessarily French players as French citizens, but players from the French region, from the Paris region, becoming professional footballers. So in the region we have a pool, a pool of talent that is ridiculously good. Um, Hence why we were, especially at Parisian London, are really not really keen on this Hollywood FC era that we had recently with poaching Avengers here and there or players from outside of the region, because it was not working, and because we should focus more on the talent that we have in the region rather than the likes of getting rid of Thiago Silva, saying he's too old, and then bringing on Sergio Ramos. I have nothing against Sergio Ramos, but it did not really make any sense. But now we have a proper football team that makes way more sense than in the past under the Qatar owners. No more glamorous player that is selling a lot of shirts and that is here just to sell some football kits. Very young squad as well. And you can tell by the way we play football. This is attacking football, a lot of emotions. This is what we were craving for. And from a technical perspective, it's been an amazing season. We are invincible at the minute in the French league. Hopefully, we'll remain invincible to shut the mouth of the Arsenal fans because they keep mentioning they are the only ones that are invincible. So maybe PSG this season will also be invincible. So it will no longer be only Arsenal. Um, and I'd probably say, in my opinion, under the Qatar owners, apart from when we had Carlo Ancelotti, and probably the few first seasons of Laurent Blanc, when he had the likes of Thiago Motta, Ibrahimovic, Blaise Matuidi, Verratti, the early stage of Verratti, etc. We had an amazing squad. I think it was one of the best squad we had under the Qatar owners. I'll probably say this season is the best squad we ever had, the best team we ever had. Yes.
Yeah, it looks like it from my point of view as well. Just touching on this season, then you talk about going invincible. Is this the best league campaign you've had as well?
Are you talking about in terms of points, goals scored? What in terms of
Yeah,
what?
yeah, like
I don't have the exact numbers in mind, mate, but from what I can recall, watching the games week in week out, the difference and the amount of goals that we score, I think I haven't seen a season like this in ages. We talking about, not because it's a farmers league. We're gonna touch on this in a second. Uh, the likes of the 6-1, the 5-2, all the goals that we scored, and the difference with the other teams. I can't recall seeing a season like this. No, so I'd probably say yes. That's the best season we ever had. Yeah.
yeah, and Luis Enrique. Then talk to me about sort of like his philosophy, his style of play, tactics, etc. What sort of his brand of football?
So when he joined, I was not really convinced. So first things first, PSG has a tendency to develop what I call and you can tell the Stockholm syndrome. So all the Barcelona players and all the Barcelona squad that bullied us during the famous comeback that we know, the owners decided to go and take them. We take Neymar, we take Messi, now we take Luis Enrique. That was the gaffer back in the days. So, I'm not a big fan of this. You bullied us. I don't think you should join us. But again, this is my personal opinion. So I was a bit, had mixed feelings about Luis Enrique joining. I know I've seen his campaign with Spain in the Euros. Um, and the style of play that he has developed was, in my opinion, a bit old-fashioned possession football. I think it was the style of football from the old days, not really attacking football either, not doing anything specific with the ball when you had possession. So I was a bit, let's see how it goes, but not that convinced. But after a couple of months, seeing him playing the youngsters, seeing him playing attacking football definitely convinced me. The authority that he has installed in the dressing room with all the egos that he had to manage especially last season with the Mbappe case, um, convinced me that this is the type of gaffer that we need in order to make them the players playing for the badge, respect the badge, and not join PSG for the wrong reasons and think they are above the club, and they are forgetting about the badge and the respect they need to show to the badge. So having a gaffer like this with authority, with a bit of aura as well, because he's proven himself at an international level with the Spanish national team, but also with Barcelona. Obviously gives him credibility in the dressing room. So I think it's I don't know if you watched the documentary he's done on Movie Star. It's called it's a Spanish channel, but I would say it's probably the equivalent of the All or Nothing stuff on Amazon Prime, where they have cameras, they're following him, he's in the dressing room and interacting with the players and stuff like that. And then the interaction that he had with Mbappe for me was specifically this interaction that he had with Mbappe was showing you that now everything has changed at PSG. We are empowering the gaffer to take his own decisions without having because it has always been like this. The owners trying to influence the decisions of the gaffer. All the gaffers that have been at PSG, they all said the same thing. There's obviously a economic and commercial motivation behind the club, like every club in modern football, but not letting the gaffer take his own decisions was a big thing at PSG. And and now you can tell that he's the boss in the dressing room. He's calling the shots, and you can tell by the results that that he's delivering, obviously. So it makes it things easier for him to call the shots towards the owners. But he's definitely the gaffer that we needed, and we've been waiting for a long time. And he's delivering, mate. I'm convinced now.
Cool. Right. So, best players then. Who would you say are your standout player? I think you have got a really good system tactically, how you play. You know, Vitinha, Ruiz in the middle, Neves as well. That sort of gets you ticking. But who's sort of like your most important player?
If you look at the stats, attacking wise, obviously what Usman Dembele is doing with us is unreal, and it was completely, I'm not gonna lie, unexpected. When you have a look at his career, and when we decided to sign Usman Dembele, we were all scared that we were signing a player that was no longer motivated, getting injured all the time, and no longer the Usman Dembele that we knew. But actually, it was the complete opposite. It took that opportunity to refresh and relaunch his career with us. Um, well, he's a French player as well, so we have a soft spot for him. He's from the region as well, so we have another soft spot for him. But he's not an academy player, by the way. But I'd say Ousmane Dembele, from an attacking perspective, will be crucial. If he's in a good day, then that will be game over. Uh, the fact that he has quality players around him with the likes of Bakola, Desiré Doué, the youngster, very promising youngster. Obviously, after the Liverpool game, all the clubs in the Premier League, they started to pay attention to him. Hopefully, his head is not going to turn around and see the big money from the likes of Real Madrid or Arsenal or whatever and decide to leave us. He's a very promising youngster. We're counting on him a lot. Midfield will be, in my opinion, the key. I don't know if you watched the Liverpool game, the two legs, by the way, but Joao Neves and Vitinha, if they decide to turn up, you can't do anything about it. Same, Joao Neves, everyone wants to sign him now. Very promising, very young. Signed him from, I think it was Benfica, not Sporting Lisbon, but Benfica. But you can correct me if I'm wrong. Midfield is the key, in my opinion. I do not, our defense is not our main advantage. I'd probably say it's an aging defense, bit clumsy from time to time. Marquinhos has been here for ages. The Pacho sign is actually a good one. He's coming out of nowhere. No one really knew about this defender, Pacho, but he's been amazing this season. And on the sides we have Nuno Mendes and Hakimi. So if they turn up as well, attacking type of defenders, mate, the squad looks elite. So I would say Joao Neves in the midfield, Ousmane Dembele up front, and probably Nuno Mendes at the back. If he's in a good day, unplayable.
What about the goalkeeper?
I knew it. I knew it was coming.
You're not mentioning your goalkeeper.
Well, Donnarumma, when you look at the two legs against Liverpool, especially the first leg, Donnarumma, I have mixed feelings with Donnarumma. He's an amazing keeper, but it's just up and down, up and down. You never know what's going to happen with him, you know. I'm not going to play the second keeper, obviously Safonov, because he's not the Russian keeper, because he's nowhere near the level of Donnarumma, even if he's a great keeper. Don't get me wrong. And I believe there's talks at the minute in relation to Donnarumma renewing his contract with us as well. So maybe his head is somewhere else. We don't know. It's going to be a bit of a 50-50 situation with Donnarumma, mate. I don't know. If he's in a great day, like the second leg at Anfield, I think he's been challenged by Alisson, and the game Alisson played against us. Then he was like, okay, what you did, now I need to prove myself that I can do the same as a keeper. So having your keeper as well in front of him will challenge him. That's a good thing, because you have you hate or you like the person. Obviously, as a Frenchman, I'm not a big fan of your keeper, as you might be aware, with the World Cup final and then his attitude towards us. I think he's a bit of a dickhead. Sorry about my French. That's a bit about my French, but from a football perspective, you have to admit that is an amazing quality keeper, and this is the type of keeper that you need on your side, especially for this type of game. So football wise, amazing keeper. So Donnarumma watching your keeper will be like, okay, if he's turning up, I need to turn up as well and prove myself that I can compete with that level. So it will be useful to us and to Donnarumma.
Yeah, just touching back on sort of like the three superstars that you had, Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe. What
The
was it
Avengers.
like? Yeah, so I know like it wasn't the greatest, like Champions League, you didn't win it, etc. But what was it actually like having those three players at your club?
I watched them play together at many occasions. Less emotions than the front three that we have at the minute. You can tell, oh, okay, that's good. We have Messi on the pitch, we have Mbappe on the pitch, we have Neymar on the pitch. I'll probably say, and I know all the Messi fans will have a go at me after saying this, but the less interesting player to watch with us at PSG, yeah? Not with Argentina or not with Barcelona or whatever. It was Messi. I was the most boring player to watch. He was walking all the time. He was not really involved with us. You can tell that he did not want to be here anyway. You know. So you're like, oh, I want to watch Messi playing. I want to watch Messi playing. But the Messi you watch playing is not the kind of normal Messi anyway. Neymar was unreal with us. Neymar is out of this world. I think Neymar has been poorly treated, even if from time to time he's again he's an annoying player, but I think he did all right with us. I'm not a big Neymar fan, but I think he was great with us. Mbappe, probably more emotions with Neymar if you like the skillful type of football. If you watch Neymar, then you will definitely enjoy it. And then Mbappe with the numbers that he has, yeah, it was amazing to watch him play. Yeah, but the three were together, it was not working.
Yeah, I think everybody could see that, to be fair. So
Yeah,
you're doing brilliantly in the league, very good in Champions League to get to the quarters. What happened to the actual group stage phase? Why were you
I don't
sort of
know.
down
I
the
was.
bottom?
It
What's
was
happened?
horrible, mate. I don't know what happened. We were almost. Do you know what? Beginning of the season, we would not be surprised not getting qualified for the other round. I was at the stadium for the game against Girona, the Spanish club. Um, we won 1-0. I had the impression that the way we played was so boring that probably a week after I talked about the game with my mates, is like, oh, they reminded me that we won that game. And I was like, I thought it was a draw or we lost that one. It was so boring that, and to me, what we produced at the group stage, I mean, we should not call it the group stage anymore because the format has changed, right? It's not really a group stage, but at the league kind of stage, mini league stage, what we showcasted was very poor. We were, if we were not to get qualified, I think it would have been fair with what we produced. But I don't know. We always make things more complicated for ourselves than anyone else in this world. It was that nonchalant or the French, like, oh, we don't give a shit. It's the mini league stage. We don't need to play 100%. And then suddenly, when they realized, oh shit, we're not gonna get through, then they started to turn up. But this is a PSG thing. And for example, if you guys are scoring first, I would not be too worried about it. If we lose the first leg against you guys, even if it's at home, I wouldn't be. We'll talk about this in a second. I don't want to rush it, but in terms of the attitude, it's a very PSG thing, and what we produced, it was very poor at the beginning of the Champions League. Yes, I agree.
So a friendly face with Aston Villa. I don't think we've ever played each other. Unai Emery Talk to
Yes.
me. What are your views on Unai Emery as a PSG fan? Then,
Unai Emery, I think he's been a great gaffer with us, but I think with all the egos that he had to manage, it was PSG was too big for him. As I mentioned, with the owners that we have, the pressure at PSG is immense comparing to the likes of the second tier Spanish clubs that he has managed. Um, I think it was too soon, too big probably for him, right? And you could tell that it did not really work out at Arsenal, isn't it? Like when he went Arsenal, Arsenal was too big for him. No disrespect to you guys, because I know historically you're a big club, and now you're playing very good football. The signing that you had recently, and it shows you that you want to get back in the top tier of English football and European football as well. But I think Arsenal or PSG was too big for him, way too big for him. So my thoughts on Unai Emery, I think he's a great gaffer, tactically, his attitude and everything, but he's good when he has a dressing room that is crediting him or following his thoughts, in the sense that they're not really challenging his legitimacy or aura or whatever, and with not too many egos. It will be interesting at Aston Villa though, because you brought the likes of Marcus Rashford, even Marco Asensio. Not We'll talk about Marco Asensio as well in a minute, but you kind of like, I think you correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's the team with the biggest egos that you never had in the past maybe 5 or 10 years, isn't it?
yeah, I mean, so yeah, we've got some big play like you mentioned in Asensio, Rashford now, but you are right in saying that
Oli Watkins.
everything's like about unity with sort of Emery and sticking together, following his plan.
Mm,
He's the main leader, so
yeah,
I imagine nobody really challenges Emery at Villa,
that's
because
good. That's good.
we're a club that sort of following his guidance, if that makes sense, because
Mm.
we haven't been in the Champions League since 1983, so
And
or
if
the
and,
European
and if
Cup
they're
when it was
challenging him too much, he will say, "Talk to the future king is in the stands as well.
yeah,
Deal with him."
exactly that, mate. Right. So what are your thoughts on Aston Villa? Your thoughts of facing Aston Villa?
It's a surprise. I'm not gonna lie. There are two sides in my answer. From a PSG fan perspective, like as a football fan perspective, you know me, I attend games. I go to games, even if I live in London and Paris is around the corner. I attend games, and for me, attending games, football is nothing without the fans, right? So watching the games through the television and sitting on your sofa, okay, it's okay, but you need to go and attend games. So Villa Park as an away day is elite. I've been waiting for this for so long, for so long. So I just can't wait to go to Villa Park, especially because I have some of my mates that are Villa fans. They told me, I'll probably say for the past 2 seasons, apparently one of the best atmosphere in the Premier League is at Villa Park. I'm not saying this because I'm doing the pod with you, because I attended so many stadiums in the country, but apparently now the team is doing well and there's kind of a new energy with the good results that you have and the new squad. Apparently the atmosphere is amazing at Villa Park, so I just can't wait to have an away day at Villa Park. I know you have fans that are noisy with character, and we usually, when we turn up with the ultras, we also shut down the stadiums. And yeah, it's gonna be, I'm buzzing for it, to be fair. Just the fact that it's an amazing away day. um so that's the football fan aspect. The pure technical football aspect, even you as a football as a Villa fan, you are surprised to reach that level of the Champions League, isn't it? Like it's a bit of a surprise for you. Like Newcastle, I believe it was last season or the season before, when I went St James's Park, and the atmosphere was unreal because they haven't played Champions League football for European football for 21 years before playing against us. So I believe it's you guys are a little bit of the Newcastle of the last season, kind of like it's a bit of a surprise, and you have confirmed against actually, you know what, actually very credible and deep rooted, sorry, European sides such as people are underestimated Club Brugge, for example. Club Brugge, we faced Club Brugge many times, and I can tell this is a strong, stable, and tough side. All those clubs that are the Champions League, oh, that's fine. This is just Club Brugge, but Club Brugge has European pedigree year in, year out. So you have confirmed against interesting clubs and interesting teams. So you have nothing to be shy of. You haven't stolen your spot at that stage of the competition, but it comes a little bit as a surprise to face Villa. And to me, it's being in England and this year is a dream for me, Luke. Mate, we faced Arsenal now, so I went Emirates away, then it was Anfield away, then it will be Villa away, and and potentially back to the Emirates if we are getting through. It's a dream for me as well. So yeah, looking forward to it.
So, first legs at your place. How do you feel like this game's gonna play out as a PSG fan?
I forgot to mention that we battered Man City as well. Sorry, just wanted to add this up as well. Um, we are very good at home. Obviously, we have the home advantage. Our fans, they also pushing the team at home, especially with during big European nights like this. And Man City fans can tell you about this with the comeback that we did manage to put through. And what I'm trying to say is that at home, I'm not really scared about the first leg at home at the Parc des Princes. I think it will be an amazing big European night. I believe the president of PSG from Qatar has invited the future king of England to attend the game as well in Paris. Apparently, William will be in the stands. It will be interesting in the city of love, and I believe the home leg will be okay. I'm more scared about Villa away, like Villa Park away. As I said, the atmosphere that you have for the past couple of seasons, having the home advantage with your fans, proper English ground. I think it's going to be a tough away game. So home, I'm confident. Away, less confident. Even if we have a good record away.
I think I'm a bit worried about this first leg. As a Villa fan,
Rightfully so, yeah.
I hope that we are able to still bring the game to Villa Park, if that makes sense. Because I think personally, if we can do that, I think we can win at Villa Park because we've already beat Bayern Munich, etc.
Do you reckon you're going to park the bus in Paris?
No, I don't think we'll park the bus.
And try to squeeze a little cheeky one at Villa Park after.
No, I think.
Look at you smile. Look at you smile. You know it might happen.
No, I know what we'll. I'll tell you what we'll do. We play 4-4-2, so he will sit in a 4-4-2 shape, and he will make it as difficult as he can. But we've got a lot of pace, and we've got ball carriers, and I think Morgan Rogers carrying the ball, etc. Rashford's been there before.
Counter attack.
I think we will be a threat, yeah. And what I've said since the Liverpool game, I think this game will be more difficult for you than the Liverpool one.
That's interesting.
Because I think Slot got it massively wrong tactically against you. He sort of allowed your 3 in the middle against the Liverpool 2 in the middle.
Yeah.
And the amount of one-way traffic. There was one-way traffic after wave after wave after wave.
Yeah. As I said to you, against Liverpool, the midfield was the key. You're right.
Yeah, and I think Villa won't do that. So again, like you've got great players out wide and everywhere. That it will be really difficult, but I think it will be more difficult than what Liverpool was.
That's interesting, because before the Liverpool defeat in the Champions League against us, everyone was saying, "Whoa, look what they're doing! They're smashing the Premier League. They have a great side. It's gonna be." No one wanted to play Liverpool at that stage of the competition. No one. Everyone was scared. You know what? That's interesting. I think people were more scared of Liverpool than Real Madrid at that stage of the competition, mate. Trust me. Even if that's Real Madrid, we know that we might face Real Madrid, but I don't know what happened this season around Liverpool, but they had the reputation to be a scary side, and at the minute, the Farmers League is doing really well, apparently. And even you talked about the beginning of the competition. I'm here also to be the French football advocate. Not that I like particularly the other teams that I'm going to mention, but the likes of Monaco, Lille, or even Brest at the beginning of the competition were a big surprise for everyone. They did really well. So the French football is doing really well. So the fact that we're dominating the league does not mean that we are. It's too easy for us. It's not too easy for us. It's just that we are a very good, very good, very good side this season. Yes.
Yeah, I think you are as well. Right, cool, mate. It's been great chatting to you, having your insight on everything PSG. I've
Well, I
learned a
have a
lot
question
about.
for you before we
Go on, then.
finish. By the way,
Go on, then.
I'm interested in having your opinion as a Villa fan on this, mate, on PSG.
Yeah,
Are you
go on, then.
scared? How do you see the?
Um, no, I'm not. I'm not scared. I back our team. I think we are a good team. We are a really good team. We've beat Man City this season. We've beat
Mm,
Bayern Munich. We've
You
shown
won
that on
five
our
of
day.
your five last games. You won them, so you're on a very good
Yeah,
run.
yeah. So we are good, and we've got a really good European manager. I think it's going to be an intriguing tactical battle between the two of them, really. Um, and I think it's a quarter final of the Champions League. It's not going to be easy for both teams, is it? What's at stake, a semi final in the Champions League. It's
Mm,
huge, but what I will say, mate, we've got pedigree in this competition.
yeah,
We've won it in '82, so
yeah, agreed.
yeah, we have got a bit of history. So yeah, obviously we're the underdogs, and it's going to be tough, but we've just
What
got
are the
to.
Villa fans thinking about PSG? Are they thinking that, it's an old club, they have no history, they have plastic fans or whatever, it's a plastic club, this kind of stuff? Is there a little bit of like disrespect towards us, or they're like, okay, no, that's a serious club?
No, like 100% respect. We're a
Okay.
fan base that understands football, and we're not like one of these clubs that just go out there and start bantering and saying ridiculous things. We're pretty like, we know what's going on within the football world, and anybody that
Mm.
watches PSG, when you were talking about Mbappe, Neymar, Messi, we could all, I'd say we could probably
This
beat
was
that
not
team because
PSG. Yeah, yeah,
front
agreed,
the front
agreed,
three don't track back,
a
and
hundred percent.
whereas now you're looking at your sort of like fullbacks that go into like central spaces,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know, hybrid free at the back if
yeah,
Vitinha tucks in there, like, it's a very well coached team. So
yeah,
I think any football fan can respect that from what they're seeing, really. So personally, I'm happy that we're not playing Liverpool. To be fair, I wanted to play you guys because I just felt I didn't want to play an English team in the
yeah.
Champions
I know
League.
what you mean.
So
Well, you already played them in the Premier League,
yeah,
or yeah,
so
fuck it,
the
yeah.
fact that we're playing you guys is pretty good, really. I think.
I know, right? I know, and I would like to have your opinion as well on the two PSG players that you have, because I keep calling Lucas Digne a PSG player because I have a soft spot for Lucas Digne. I know he's on the bench. He's not playing, and not
No,
starting anymore.
mate, he plays
But
every game. No, he plays every
all
game.
right, okay.
Yeah,
What
so
do you make of Lucas Digne?
yeah, mate, he's class. Like we
Yeah, agreed.
we bought Ian Matson in the summer, who
Yeah.
we all thought probably was going to be our first choice left back, but Luca Dean's played that well this season that he's playing every game. Like
Mm,
defensively, he's really good. He's got a class left foot, so he's just like you know, you back his left foot any day of the week. But yeah, really, really good, mate. Asensio,
Main man. We need to
mate.
talk about. We need to address
No,
this because he's a
okay.
completely different player, mate. Because with us, it's I can't recognize him. It's a completely different player.
So he came on in his first game off the bench against Spurs. First game, first ball, touch, best touch I've ever seen. Pirouetting, back heeling, mate. It's quality, and then he's got this real good ability at finding space in the 18-yard box. Like a lot of his goals are like tap-ins, but the space that he finds to
Positioning,
finish it,
yeah.
yeah, he's
Well, I
quality.
mean,
And
he's got European pedigree as well. Let's not forget that even if he was a bit shit with us, he played. He was quite well and playing well with Real Madrid at the beginning of his career. I don't know what happened with us. I believe it did not really fit with the other players around him. Did not have enough time on the pitch as well because competition was quite rude. But I'm really scared of him. Really scared
yeah,
of him because yeah, go on.
our system just suits him to a T.
That's
So
the thing I was about to say.
he,
Yeah, yeah,
he plays like in a 10 just off the striker. Like
yeah,
that's
yeah,
just
yeah.
it's perfect for him because he can just find little pockets of space and just get on the ball and get his head up and start knocking it about. So yeah.
Yeah.
Are you
What
do you,
I'm scared of
do you feel
Asensio
like
because the previous always our previous players. By the way, I'm surprised I can play against us. Can you tell me a little bit more about this? Because at the beginning we were saying no, he's not going to play against us. He's not going to be allowed.
yeah, so European loan deals are different to like domestic ones. UEFA just say that they can play. We've got we signed a player called
Good for
Dean
you.
Junior, and he played against us as well in this Champions League campaign. So yeah, do you feel how do you feel like he'll do against you?
Against Asensio.
No, yeah, Asensio, how do you feel like he'll play? Do you feel like he'll do well?
In regards to Asensio, it's the same as all the other players that left the club in a bad state or were poorly playing and started to relaunch their career in another club. When we're facing them again, usually what happens is that they bully us. They have this avenging mentality that they want to prove us wrong that we made the wrong decision in letting him go and we should have left him play a little bit more, etc. And what I'm expecting from Asensio against us is an elite world-class Asensio that will want to prove that he deserves his place in the PSG squad, and he will try to score as many goals as possible. It will be the best version of himself ever against us. This is always the case with players leaving PSG. So I'm really scared of Asensio. Yes.
Like, how do you think his reaction will go down in the stadium?
What do you mean? In case he's scoring or something, is he going to
No, just
celebrate or
like
stuff like that?
like when he touches the ball, like will they boo him or not?
Oh no! Nothing's going to happen. We're not going to
No.
boo him. No. We're not going to boo him at all. I can guarantee this, mate. We have no hard feelings against Asensio. I think everything's been okay. So it's not like Adrien Rabiot, for example, that left for Marseille, or this kind of treason players that we had, or Neymar taking the piss out of us in the press, and then coming back like nothing happened. And obviously, when he's going to touch the ball, we're going to show him that we're not happy. But no. Asensio is going to be fine. No issues whatsoever.
What about Martinez?
That's a different story. I'm not gonna say anything. That's a different story, mate. If you're expecting a player to be booed, and yeah, I think he's not gonna be welcomed at
To
all.
be fair, he knows what's coming because he did an interview on international
Yeah,
duty
I saw that. Yeah,
about and we played Lille last season in the Conference
yeah,
League, and
yeah.
he got some rough treatment there. So
Do you
I
know what?
imagine
I
it's
think he
going to be
likes
like,
it. Yeah, he likes it. He likes
yeah, he
it.
does. Like he'll be buzzing about it. He'll be like,
Yeah,
he's not bothered. But
yeah.
Yeah. It'll be
It's going to be an interesting one. Martinez, yeah, he will be well welcomed at the Parc des Princes. Um, but no, Asensio is everything's going to be fine. To be fair, I'm expecting even PSG fans, if they see like Unai Emery on the touchline, they will wave at him. They will ask for pictures. We have good memories about Unai Emery as well. Lucas Digne, obviously, we have definitely a soft spot for him. So
there is
apart
one
from
more.
Martinez, no hostility.
There is one player that we've got who is our best player, in my opinion, by a mile. Boubacar Kamara. Do you know much about him?
Kamara, yes, I think he's playing midfield, isn't it?
Yep.
Right. Yeah. He's playing midfield. I think he played for Everton before, isn't it?
No, that's Onana. Boubacar
Oh, my bad.
Kamara
Yeah,
is
I'm
mate
mixing
is
up with
French,
Onana. Yeah, sorry. So Boubacar Kamara
but
is
Kamara's
yeah, he's
class.
French.
Yeah.
Yeah, got that. Yeah, I remember him. Yeah, he played for Marseille. So apologies, I mixed both of them. Yeah, he played for Marseille, so obviously him as well will want to prove. Well, obviously he hates PSG. He hates Paris, so playing against PSG will have an extra flavor for him. Um, he's not the most threatening player to me on the pitch, but
Yeah.
adding that extra spice will potentially making even better. But yeah, we need to pay close attention to him.
Definitely. Right, mate. It's been great chatting to you. And I'll tag all of your channels in the description as well.
Thank
So
you,
all the
mate.
best,
Thanks for
mate.
having me. You have a good one, mate. You
Pleasure.
take care. Allez, Paris.